All right, welcome back in on a very busy news day here in Georgia and all across the country. Another big topic we're tracking today for residents in parts of 6 metro Atlantic counties. It is Election Day. Believe it or not, Georgians are headed back to the polls again in what feels like a very busy and what legitimately has been a very busy election year already. The 13th Congressional District is a special election today. These 5 candidates you see on your screen right there, they're the 5 eligible candidates on the ballot today. The race is to serve out the remainder of the late Representative David Scott's term in office. That term runs through January, so the winner of this race is only going to be in Congress for a few months, but they could have some big decisions in front of them as the war in the Middle East continues, as budget questions loom, and as a whole host of other major topics. At any point with a job like that could bubble up and demand the attention of every legislator. So while it's a short term in the offing, it will be an important one. These 5 candidates represent 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans. The Democrats, Everton Blair, Carlos Moore, and Marcy Scott. The Republicans, Cesar Gonzalez and Faith Park. We've spoken with all 5 of them. Here's what they had to say in their own words.
We are in a moment that requires change and requires new leadership. And we deserve leadership that is tested and proven among us. And as the former chairman of the largest school system in the state of Georgia, and I know what it's like to have to lead on day one.
I'm running specifically to fulfill the remainder of my father's term, Congressman David Scott. He had a lot of funds that he requested. It was over $40 million that has been requested for the 13th district specifically, and they're going towards specific projects. It is my obligation and it is my priority to make sure those funds come down to the 13th district.
I think there are a lot of young families in the district who have been looking for that present representation and representation that shows up.
My priorities are to facilitate the district to make it more attractive for industry, for manufacturing.
If a Supreme Court justice is doing things unlawfully, I will file the impeachment against the Supreme Court justice. I'll file it against the president, the vice president, anyone that, with my constitutionally trained eyes, that I think has violated the Constitution. I will file the necessary articles.
And those candidates, again, you heard from them in this order. Everton Blair was first, a Democrat, followed by Marcy Scott, also a Democrat, who is the daughter of the late Representative David Scott. Faith Park was the third interviewee you heard from in that series there. She's a Republican. Cesar Gonzalez, another Republican. He was fourth. And Carlos Moore, a Democrat. He was the last person you saw interviewed in that series. Those are just small parts of extended conversations we've had with all 5 of these candidates. If you want to watch them in full before you go out and cast your ballot, because you've still got a number of hours while the polls are open, you can watch those full interviews, all streaming right now, right here on 11 Alive.